Hello everyone, it's Simmuz here, welcome to a brand new video, and today we are going to talk about the brand new Sims update and everything that you have to know about in-game events and what people are thinking about this brand new update. But before jumping into it, as always, if you are interested in helping me out and supporting my channel, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like to this video, and also while you're down there, there's also all my links to my social medias and also my brand new merch store, so if you are interested in any of that, I also have a brand new Pride collection that I made myself, and I'm very excited for you to see it. But so let's talk about this brand new update. Let's jump into it and let's see what's going on. So the login events is something that has been added with the brand new Sims 4 patch. If you haven't been on social media or haven't followed the Sims account lately, they posted a statement saying that they realize that there is a need for better bug fixing in the game because the game is 10 years old. It's getting to a point where the bugs are getting a little in the way of people playing, and I was like, yes, they have been. Thank you for noticing. So they did say that they have created a brand new team of people working specifically on bug fixes, which is amazing news in my opinion. I was very excited for that, and that would start with this brand new patch that they just released that had a whole bunch of bugs and bug fixes and updates, and also performance fixes, and also the introduction of DirectX 11, which I tried myself in my game. I know there's some people that are having issues with it. It's a brand new thing, but it does change the way the game works. It's much more streamlined in my opinion. I had way less issues with like simulation lag and all of that, so I'm very excited that we are getting into this kind of production here, and I was very excited to see where this new update was coming in, and I'm glad they're working on bug fixes. That was something that I personally really wanted. I've made a whole video about it. If you haven't seen it, it has like 100,000 views, so you probably have, but I was very excited that they started to do this. But also with this brand new update, they said that there was something exciting coming as well, and I was kind of unsure what it would have been. I started theorizing with some of my friends, and we were thinking things like cars, maybe an update to base game things like toddlers or infants, maybe a brand new personality trait, and honestly a whole other things that started to come, to mind, and a lot of different options of what this exciting update could have been. But it's been revealed that is login events. So as of right now, I believe there are 8 rewards, 3 for the first week, 3 for the second week, 2 for the third week, and 1 for the fourth week. And if you log in 8 times in the span of this 4 weeks period, you get these rewards, and these rewards are kind of meh itself. And when this update came out, it stirred a lot of controversy because people weren't really into this idea. But let's just watch first thing this video that The Sims posted on their account explaining how the login event work. So I'm here on their Twitter. That's where honestly I get most of the news, so if you don't follow them on Twitter, I highly suggest you do. But yeah, so what are login events? They are time-limited events that reward you for logging into the game. So that is something that people were already like kind of upset about, and I'm gonna go into detail why. Each week you can unlock new rewards, and you can see to unlock all the rewards, log in at least 8 times over the course of the 4-week event. You can view the current event as a tile in the main menu. I actually saw this when I got into the game. I actually got the pop-up saying, hey, claim your reward. And you get your first reward, which is the dartboard. And people were upset, honestly, for 2 main reasons. First thing first, it's not really... Honestly, this is what really annoyed me the most. It's not like an exciting event. Like, it's not like the old events that I was talking about in another video of mine, where I was asking for more timed events like the one with Jasmine Holiday. These are more like, hey, you opened the game, cool, good for you, yay. The other ones were a little more like involved, and I like that. So that kind of like annoyed me, but it's not like it's a bad thing. You're getting free items, and I know a lot of people are really upset that this gives off very much mobile game vibes, and I understand that because usually like login rewards, like daily rewards when you're logging in, are a thing of mobile games. But it's also true that we are talking about a game that is trying to set in stone that they have this kind of thing going, because when Renee is gonna come out, it's going to be also on mobile, so it's probably going to have this kind of module happening. So I do feel that this is kind of a way for them to introduce a little bit of this model to the audience so that they know, like, oh, this is how it works. Other people I know were upset because of the items that were introduced. 5 of them, I believe, are base game item, basically with recolors or other items from the pack, like the dartboard that we just got. This is the first reward if you log in right now. That is the same dartboard that you get with Get Together. The mini fridge and the covered up bin are also coming in next soonish, this first week. Those are one from Discover University and one from base game, recolored. The comeback bar, that one is honestly my favorite item in this roster. I'm very excited to see that one because I really wanted better bars in The Sims 4. We really don't have them, so a more compact small bar that is also base game. I'm very excited to have that, but also at the same time it's kind of annoying that this is the only way to have it. There is a pillow as well, and that one is the same pillow that we got with one of the, I think, the Modern Lux kit. We also have a hair, which I believe is the same hair that we got with Season. I think it's a hair from Season, either Season or Get Famous, with a recolor. And we also get a necklace, which is a mix of the Realm of Magic Star and Moon necklace and the Moon necklace from the Werewolf pack. We also get a vending machine, which is a recolor of a vending machine, I believe, from Snowy Escape, and a new trait. The new trait is honestly the most exciting one of these. It's kind of annoying again that the only way to get it is through this little reward thing. It is true that at least it is not a daily login reward, so you don't have to log in every day. It is in a full month process, so you have to open up the game 8 times in a month. So it's doable, I think. But I do understand that people were upset also about the fact that you can lose these rewards and never get them. So it is kind of a way to have people open up the game, which is what EA wants, obviously. They want people to open up the game and play, because that means more people are going to maybe buy a pack. So I understand the frustration of saying, oh, I have to open up the game to get this reward, otherwise I lose them forever. All that being said, it's also true that apparently these rewards are already in-game, and you can use them right now even though you haven't rewarded them. So this is kind of a funny thing that one of my friends, Humphrey, then found out, and they actually show it in this video. You can see it here. They are in game right now, and you can access the build and buy events if you tick the event reward tag in base game, like it's a base game thing. You check the colors and you can see them, they are appearing right there. So they are already in the game. All like 5, 6 items that we have in the game, you can use them right now, which is kind of funny that they didn't like have a way to prevent that from happening. As well, I know the reward trait that I was talking about, which is a trait that I'm kind of interested about. It's kind of interesting, like it's a weird one, because basically it makes your skills grow slower. But if you do the same thing, like if you try to, for example, play the guitar every day, your skill increase will become faster. So your sim is going to learn faster and faster and faster the more they practice something. But also that trait is already in Create a Sim. If you randomize trait, sometimes it pops up. So it's kind of funny as well. I'm not really sure about the hair and the necklace. I haven't seen if there are already in game as well. At this point, honestly, maybe. So it's kind of funny that they kind of botched it in this way. As of what I think about this event rewards, login rewards, whatever you want to call them, I think they are something that I saw coming. I could see this happening, and it did happen at this point, because I do think that they are going to implement this in some way, maybe with daily rewards, even with Project Renee. And it's something that they already did, I believe, with the Sim 3 store, where you had daily like events in store for like this very discounted item. So it's not something that is new to the EA model. So I was kind of expecting this to happen. Am I a little annoyed, yes, because I think these rewards aren't like super great. Like they don't really incentivize you to open up the game as much as I want. But I'm also glad that they are doing like recolors instead of brand new items, because if you miss on a brand new item, I feel like it feels a little worse rather than just missing on like a recolor of a hair. Like that's fine, I believe. So I think they did with this idea the best they could, to be honest. Now, is the idea good? That's debatable. But with what they had, I'm glad they did this. I feel like I'm very much in the meh category of reaction about this. Like I don't think it's the most exciting news like they played it up to be. I don't care for it, and I'm fine with either getting these rewards or not. So, but as always, I did ask you guys with a Google form to let me know your opinions. So I asked some questions to see what's the general consensus on this brand new update. So I got 94 replies, which is very, very nice. Thank you so much for everybody that replied. I posted this on Twitter and on my Instagram as well. So if you are interested in this gathering data side of things that I really like to do, I always post the links on my Twitter and my Instagram. I might also start to do that on my community tab, so as well here on YouTube. So don't be too worried. Next time I will remember to do that. But the first question that I asked is, what are your thoughts on the event rewards added in game? And I gave you a few options. I have love the idea, like the idea, neutral, dislike, hate, and I'm unsure. As you can see, most people do hate the idea, and that's 37%, and 28% also does dislike the idea. We got a 19% that is neutral, so that's kind of where I would be in like this middle of the road side. 7 people like the idea, 3 people love the idea, and 4 people are unsure. So that's kind of the chart, I guess, that we got, and you can clearly see that most people are against, or at least partially against, this new update. I also wanted to know maybe a more general category of this, asking what are your thoughts on time rewards in gaming, just in general, just to get a gist as well. And you can see mostly people hate and dislike it. Basically the same amount of people that said they were neutral for the Sims one also are neutral in this. I again very much fall in this category. I think a lot of games now are doing it, not only mobile games, a lot of games in general that have daily rewards or weekly rewards for logging in, for signing up, for winning, for playing, for winning a match, for anything. So I'm not really against it, because at the end of the day it is free stuff that you're getting. So I'm not saying like, oh my god, this is awful, because it's still free stuff. But on the whole overall thing, like I don't really care for it as well. And here are the other 2 people like, 2 people love, and 1 is unsure. I also asked simple yes and no question with a little I'm unsure. Do you think the Sims team should continue with this module? So should they continue with this daily, weekly rewards? And most people said no. I would say that, to be honest, I wouldn't personally really like this idea in game, but I'm not saying that I'm completely against it. So in this category, I would probably say no, because I don't think people reacted well enough for them to continue with this. But they're probably going to continue with this, because I think people are at a certain point just gonna be over it and accepting it, as they do with most things. So they're probably going to continue with this. I don't see them stopping this kind of model if it does well, especially if they get the clicks, if they do see the number rise in the amount of people that are opening up the game. So yeah, that's gonna happen. And in the end, I did leave a question open, asking for final thoughts, any thoughts, ideas, anything that people had. So we're going to read through a few of these and talk about the different sides and ideas that people have. So this person said, it feels like a way for EA to add more live service elements to The Sims. I've literally never seen a daily login reward system in a single player game before. I've only ever seen them in live service games like Call of Duty. That is true. Like when I'm thinking of daily rewards, it's either mobile games. So there are like mobile games that are single player that do give you daily rewards. I think like something like Candy Crush probably does it. I haven't played Candy Crush in like years, but I'm sure they have like some kind of daily reward for logging in and opening up the game. Same for other like similar mobile games. As for computer games, the most computer games I think about are the live service games like Call of Duty, like Fortnite, like Rocket League. Those all have daily rewards. It is true also though that The Sims is not doing daily rewards, it's doing monthly, weekly rewards. It's kind of a weird mixture of those, so it's not exactly the same, but it does feel a little bit like the same. The timed event is giving Disney the Dreamlight cash grab. Now that's interesting to me because Disney Dreamlight Valley, I believe that's the name of the game. I did play it a little bit when it first came out, and I believe now it went free to play. I'm not 100% sure. When it first came out, it was like 30 bucks. I believe that now there are daily rewards where there are like shops with less, like a big incentive on buying. And that's the reward, daily reward. I believe that's how it works. I haven't played the game though, so in like years. So I couldn't really tell you. What I do think is that I'm going to commend the Sims team for is that these daily rewards are free addition to the game that are not really something that you need. Like you don't need a new bar, you don't need a new trash can, you don't need a new fridge. You have all of those in the game. You don't need them to play. So I understand this point of view, but I don't feel like it's a cash grab in that sense, because it is not like saying, hey, you need this item that you can only get in daily rewards to win this game. It's more of a, hey, if you want this other reskin color, this reskinned item, we can get you this. Just open up the game and maybe buy a pack, maybe buy a kit, maybe buy a this, because now they are putting in more ways for you to buy through the game. You open up the game, in the main menu there is the shop, and you open up the game and start playing, and then there is the new icon, the cart icon. So there are a lot of ways for you to buy things in the game already, so I think this is more a way of them to get more clicks in, to get more people to log in the game daily, to check the game and like look at it, and maybe they are gonna buy packs. But as of right now, so maybe in the future it might become a paid thing. I don't think it will for The Sims 4. Who can tell for Renee, to be honest? That could be like a paid thing instead. This person said, time will only tell on how I will feel about this, as a lot of things are unknown as of yet. And that's completely fair. We basically just got this update. I highly dislike the fact that these items won't be available to anyone after the time period, I assume. Well, we assume the same, but apparently they are already in the game. You just have to check a couple boxes. I guess they're gonna fix that probably with an update, but I don't know. The items themselves are fine, and having more items for free is a positive thing since not everyone can afford to purchase DLC. And that's 100% true, and I 100% agree with that. I don't think new items are a bad thing. What I do not understand, sometimes they do this, they like split hairstyles from a pack or clothing items from a pack and add them into base game. And I understand that more people are going to get these items, yes, because more people own just the base game rather than get famous or another pack or whatever. But for a person that bought the pack, the number of hair in game doesn't change, it stays the same. So it doesn't really, like, I understand for other players that don't have the pack, but for a player that does have the pack, it doesn't make any sense. So I much rather they maybe take the same hair like they did for this daily reward, the same hair from a pack, recolored and put it into base game. That I understand, that it's much better because you have the both options then. But taking it out and putting it into base game, it makes no sense that they do that all the time. Adding hair in this way, I'd much rather they do it this way. I much rather they did it in STX drop rather than through the system. But since the system is what they're setting up, I guess I'll concede to that. So this person say, okay, so I hate this. This makes the game less accessible to people because not everyone has the ability to log in every day, especially for a game that's not played in real time. I also hate that the item they went with for this are 90% recolors and ugly ones at that. Well, fair. If the items were new, I'd be more open to it, but overall I don't like this for The Sims 4. I don't know if I 100% agree. I agree that it does make the game less accessible, and more people that are maybe like have jobs every day, they have to work, they can't log in as much as or as often with The Sims, especially because it's not a game where you play every day usually, and it's not a real-time game. So I 100% agree with that. I don't know if I agree that I'd be more open if it was brand new items. Well, a couple of them technically are brand new items. There are like mix and matches of other items like the necklace. I would much rather have the recolors because it feels like you're losing a little bit less if you are not getting the reward. So this person said, I like the idea in combination with the regular DLC. Small rewards are nice incentive for daily logins and make it more accessible for us on lower incomes. And again, I do agree with this. I understand 100%, especially because all the packs for The Sims 4 DLCs, every DLC, if you buy them at full price right now, it's more than $1,000. I understand it's a 10 years game, so it makes sense in the whole like 10 years span. They had like a few packs here and a few packs here. But if you are getting into the game right now and you want to buy every DLC at full price, it is a huge amount of money, which is crazy. So having this kind of rewards that are daily rewards for everybody, I feel like it's understandable that a person that maybe doesn't have all the packs would like this because they are still getting the use of like the clothes contained like bin and the mini fridge and the option of a brand new necklace. It's like those are things that we are gonna get, everybody's gonna get, and especially people that only have base game or have a few packs and maybe they cannot afford to buy more packs can also enjoy them. So I totally get this. This person says this is not a mobile game and it should not become a pay-to-win game when DLC costs almost $1,000. So yes, this is what I was saying. The DLCs do cost almost $1,000 if you buy them all at full price right now. I much rather, honestly, I'm telling you as a person that plays this game, you have like options of picking and choosing, do that because not every DLC is worth it. And also I highly suggest and recommend either going through third party website like maybe Amazon sometimes has discounts with like still getting the pack, or also you could wait for a sale before buying because I'd much rather you pay less money. But as for the pay to win, I don't really understand that in this sense because as I said, these daily rewards that we're getting are just items that we already have in game that aren't going to change the gameplay at all. So getting a brand new mini fridge is not going to change the way you play the game because it's still just it's working like a fridge. That's what it does. So it's not gonna make it pay to win. Like I don't understand this concept exactly, but I understand it in other games. For example, if you get a brand new super crazy gun that kills people with like one bullet in Call of Duty, I understand that that is a pay to win item because you are buying a gun that makes the game easier to play. But these items don't really feel that way, also because The Sims doesn't really have a final goal, so you don't really win. I'm also picking this person's comment for a specific thing because they said, I paid for this game. If I wanted this experience, I just play free mobile games. At least my phone is always with me and I can easily log in. I can't exactly take my computer with me everywhere to log in, can I? So I totally understand that, but if you are thinking in them like testing the waters for the future, Renee, they already said that it's gonna be also mobile compatible. So they're probably going to have an app for Renee that it's probably going to be a little bit of the game, maybe mainly build and buy, so you can build your house while on your phone, but also they're going to add daily rewards to that. It would make sense, and exactly saying I have my phone always with me and I can easily log in, they are probably going to test that for Renee. Now, this is very interesting as well. When implementing a new system we know will be discarded, would have minded less if they tried to improve an old system like adding rewards for completed scenarios. I 100% agree with this. The thing with the Sims team, they do tend to put in a thing in a game and then never touch it again. And I made a whole video talking about this. And especially scenarios, we haven't gotten a new scenario in so long. I honestly, if they did this with scenarios and re-added all the old scenarios, and if you complete a scenario, you get an item, I much rather they did that. There would have been such a good concept, actually, so I 100% agree with this person. So this person says, I don't think The Sims 4 should have limited things at all, but especially not limited things that are timed, no matter if it's things like pre-order extras or something like Sim Sessions. It puts pressures on us to play, no matter if we want to play or not. I enjoyed Sim Session, but I hated the feeling of now or never, and the feeling of FOMO. If they're doing this to get good statistic, it's completely counterproductive, since the number one showed what they actually want to look at, how many people decide to play the game by their own free will. Many people will open the game only to claim the item and then close it again. The thing is, that is good numbers for them. The thing is, if you open up the game and you put it up and that counts as a login, first and first, that's as for them, you are playing the game. Even if you haven't like actually played the game for 3 hours, that is you playing the game. So that's already like good numbers for them. Plus, you're opening up the game, clicking around, looking at the reward, claiming your reward. Maybe you click on the shop. Maybe you buy a pack. Maybe you buy the new kit. Oh, there's a pop-up. Oh, there's a brand new kit. Oh, there's a brand new game pack. Oh, there's a new expansion. Oh, there's a sale. And maybe you're going to buy something. That is their goal. You to open up the game and buy something. So even if you're opening up the game just to claim the item, they don't care. Because you are opening up the game. That's good for the numbers. And that's good because you might buy something. That's what they want. This person says there are also players in countries like South Africa who have rolling power blackouts and cannot control if they don't have electricity at the time they want to play the game. Limited time rewards are unfair to them. This I also understand. That is frustrating, but it is true that it's not a daily reward yet. So you do have a little bit more time to maybe be able to open up the game and get this reward. It is still annoying, I totally get it, but it is not a daily reward, I'm saying this. This person says, the great way to get free stuff. I wonder if it's coming console. Yes, it is coming on every platform. Computer, Mac, console, PlayStation, Xbox, anything you can play The Sims 4 on. You're going to get this update because it's for everybody. I am very much with this other commenter. I don't care either way. It's a popular thing in online games. I guess it was a matter of time for EA to try it. As long as logging in is the only requirement, that's kind of okay. And the reward items so far aren't interesting or unique, so I'm not sad or stressed when I miss them. I'm very much on this side of things. Like, I don't care for it. If I get them, great. If I don't get them, who cares? And yeah, I understand why they did it, because a lot of games are doing it, not everybody, I guess. But yeah, I saw this coming, to be honest. So this is kind of the general vibe. I see a lot of people are against it for valid reasons. I see a few people are pro it for, again, pretty valid reasons. As I said, I'm mostly in the I don't really care for this, but I would very, very interested as always. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on this brand new update for The Sims? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? What are your thoughts? Like, just let me know anything. I love reading your comments and I love responding to them and having conversations and being so interested to all the different people, that how they play the game and what they think about the game and everything. So let me know. I'm very, very excited to know everything that you think, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. I am super excited to do these kind of more videos where I talk and go through your replies on Google Forms. I really like these kind of things. So if you have any other ideas or things that you want me to talk about, let me know as well in the comments down below, and I'll get to that for sure. But I guess this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.